everyone, and welcome to Stan the Wine Man TV. I am your host, Stan Rattan, and this is the Blue Collar Wine Show, where I try to help you spend your wine dollars wisely. And I am in beautiful Happy Canyon, Santa Ynez, California, shooting this video. I'm with some friends. They have a beautiful ranch here. You can see it back there. Look at that. It's beautiful, beautiful. Even has a mountain range in it. These guys are incredible hosts, and I'm doing this video. In fact, they're watching. Not often I get an audience, by the way. So I chose two wines from this area. One actually from Happy Canyon, and then one from Santa Ynez. This is a place where they shot Sideways, Los Olivos, and Solvang. Not too far from here. I think you can get there in about 15 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. So we've been hanging out there. We played golf yesterday. And I went into Los Olivos and bought these wines. I have no idea what I'm in for. I just picked them out. By the way, if you have a store and you do not have a wine steward, it is a good idea to put little scores up there because I picked these out based on the scores. Tanzer gave this, the Sauvignon Blanc, 91 points, and the Wine Enthusiast gave the Petite Syrah 91 points. So I thought, well, I'll go there, see if I agree with these guys. So let's get started. By the way, Happy Canyon was established in 2009, so it's a fairly young appellation, AVA as we say, and they have about 24,000 acres here, and quite a few wineries. In fact, when these folks moved here, there probably were no wineries, were there? No wineries. Now they're all up and down the road. Firestone was the only winery up in this area. Now, there's several. There's vines all the way down going into Los Olivos. So the first one I'm doing is 2013 Marjoram Sauvignon Blanc, Happy Canyon of Santa Barbara. That's the name of the AVA. And this is a Sybarite. I'm assuming that's what they name it. Sybarite white table wine. Goes for $22. Hopefully I get this right. I'm outside, so... there we go. I think you can see it there. $22 is no small change for Sauvignon Blanc. Of course, I'm sure acreage up here is at a premium for money-wise. So, oh, by the way, I got this cool glass. The Philly Riding Club, all women riding club. So this is their glass. I'm kind of winging it here with I don't have my Seahawks spit bucket, but they provided me with the tools to do this. All right, let's see what we get on the nose. This is always Sid's favorite part, smelling things. Actually, there's not a lot going on. This is kind of closed. I get just a little bit of lemon and melon. I get actually some cantaloupe, which is kind of interesting. And a little bit of cut grass and wet stone. So those are all good elements for a Sauvignon Blanc. Let's see what we get on the palate. So Tanzer gave this 91 points. And I can see why. Very good. Good fruit, but still dry, and those are all really good elements about a Sauvignon Blanc. I get a little honey element on the backside, which is really cool. Very interesting flavors. It's there's a flavor there I can't quite... It's probably that cantaloupe coming through. A little bit of honey. Good viscosity right in the mid palate, which is really kind of interesting. And then finishes with minerality. It's not a bone-dry Sauvignon Blanc like you'd get from New Zealand. There's no lemon, no lime. Mostly melon. I mean, no lemon or lime. Mostly melon, a little bit of grass, a little bit of minerality on the finish, and a nice honey element. It doesn't... It has a flavor of honey, but it's not sweet, if you can understand that. can't put my finger on that flavor. There's an interesting flavor coming through, and we always like it when there's something that makes it interesting. It's a very interesting wine. Tanzer was pretty close on this one. I'm going to have to give this a B plus, A minus. I think it's a very good Sauvignon Blanc. I like the minerality on the finish. I like the balance. If you like them bone dry, you will not like. This is not a bone dry Sauvignon Blanc, but it certainly is very delicious. I like it. $22. Yeah, B plus, A minus. We'll move on to the 2012 Refugio Ranch Petit Syrah, Santa Ynez Valley. So this is kind of in the whole region, not in Happy Canyon. I was having trouble finding a red from Happy Canyon in my search. Okay, there's the label. A lot of people say this is a good wine. I've talked to a few people around here. They like Refugio Ranch. This rolls in at $34. Boy, the color on that is incredible. Okay. 34 bucks, 91 points, wine enthusiast. The color on this is incredible. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me see if I can get a close-up. This is really, really super dark. And the Petit Syrah is a hybrid grape, cross between, not a hybrid grape, it's a cross between Palauerson and Syrah. So it's related to Syrah, but not, it is not Syrah, but its parent is a Syrah. Another name for Petit Syrah, if you remember, is Durif. And they've toyed with the idea of actually naming it Durif. I hope they don't. We don't need to confuse anybody anymore. Let's see what we get on the nose. A lot of blueberry. I mean, I get a ton of blueberry and raspberry. And a little bit of currant coming through, which I find very intriguing. Love the nose on this. An interesting kind of a tarry element coming through. But I really like the blueberry and currants that you get on the nose. Let's see what we get on the palate. This is a very well-made Petit Syrah. A lot of Petit Syrahs will have high acid, almost kind of hurts, it gets me right up here in the ears. Stag's Leap, for example, when I drink Stag's Leap, it actually makes my ear hurt right up here because of the acid. This is more on the Syrah side of things. It has that kind of roasted meat, sort of bacon fat, blueberry thing going on, and the currants underneath. It has good weight on the palate, but it finishes clean, which is a very good thing for a wine. You don't want it to be cloying, is the word we use. In other words, it sticks to your palate. And the alcohol on this, I noticed, was not, they weren't shy about it, 15.2, but you don't get the alcohol. That's a talent that a winemaker really has to work on to be able to have that ripe of fruit and make it this balanced. This is a very balanced Petit Syrah. This would be a perfect steak wine. Any sort of roasted meats, this would be perfect with. Good long finish. This is really hanging on. Kind of grainy tannins, which makes it more interesting. So it isn't like a super polished Napa Valley wine. Nothing against Napa Valley. But, it's not, I wouldn't call these polished tannins. I would call them more grainy tannins. But it's very interesting. Very well-made wine. I like it a lot. It's $34, so it's not like small change. This is what I bought it for in California, so probably a little more if you're up in the States. I don't even know. I think you can get marjoram up there, but I'm not sure about the other one. Up in Washington, I should say. And no, I'm going to go AA minus on that. I think it's a well-made wine, great Petit Syrah, good balance, good structure. It will age at least 8 years easily. Well, it's fun. Glad I had a chance to do it here at this ranch in Santa Ynez, and you keep watching, and I'll keep helping you spend your wine dollars wisely.